So to talk a little bit about 4IR Solutions, we're inductive automation solution partner with a focus on managed infrastructure. Everything you've seen today is a part of an infrastructure. So our goal is to make it easier and more secure to deploy and operate the types of solutions that we've been talking about. So with that, I'd like to introduce you to our platform, FactoryStack. What is FactoryStack? It's OT as a service. We can deliver this either as a SaaS, software as a service solution, which means we host any cloud-based resources in our tenant, or as a PaaS, or platform as a service, which means we deploy those cloud-based resources in your tenant and manage them on your behalf. Our customers benefit from faster deployments, unlimited scalability, built-in security, automated capabilities with things like backups, certificate monitoring, updates, and of course, 24/7 support. So to talk a little bit about the ecosystem, I think it's important to describe how FactoryStack fits into that. So first, it's important to think about what is the platform that we're all talking about today, and the host of this particular webinar is Ignition and inductive automation. So there's several versions of Ignition that are used for different purposes. Ignition Edge for capturing and processing data at the edge, Ignition Cloud Edition for your cloud-based applications, and Standard Ignition, which can be used in a variety of different use cases, as has been shown in the diagram. Additionally to that, there's modules. So we've already heard from our friends at Cepasoft and CirrusLink with their modules that extend the capability and the functionality of Ignition to provide, communications and provide MES capabilities built in. And then on top of that is where you build applications. This can be systems integrators or end users, and is really the place in which the value is driven by Ignition. So this is how you solve your very specific business problems. This isn't the entire stack though. The entire stack always includes additional parts and pieces. So what we have shown on the right here is a very small sampling of some of those additional services, but they're all, there's many more that could be included in this diagram, but what we've shown here is a couple that are pretty typical. So things like databases, things like authentication services. We're showing a time series database here, which is Timescale DB, which is that little tiger logo. Monitoring and management tools, source code and DevOps capabilities, and we're showing a logo here for orchestration. All of these parts and pieces are what has to fit together from an infrastructure perspective for you to be able to implement your digitalization system. So what we at 4IR do is provide all of that as a service. I'd also like to point out the logo for PharmaStack on here. You can see it on the left side where I'm mousing right now. It performs the same functions and has the same core architecture as FactoryStack, but it has extended features for use in the pharmaceutical industry. So this includes things like built-in data retention policies, data integrity, and a starter project that shows you how to implement 21 CFR Part 11 compliant digital signatures. So I think it's important to talk a little bit about how FactoryStack actually works. So on the left side of this diagram, you'll see a set of different software applications, what we call our curated services catalog. So this includes all editions of Ignition and the modules from partners at Cepasoft and CirrusLink included as a part of that. Different database options, so SQL Server, Postgres database, Timescale, applications from other organizations from like Flow. We have a Git application that we include, and then we also support external brokers from folks like CirrusLink who have their Chariot broker, which would be the version of MQTT that you would need for operating on a much larger scale than the module. You'll also notice on the right that we support other custom containerized and virtual applications. So really, it's up to you to pick what are the applications you need to solve your specific needs. And obviously you can start small or you can start large, but conceptually it's really up to you to determine what your FactoryStack's capabilities are today, and then they can grow as your needs change in the future. So in the middle part of this diagram, you'll see another bunch of logos here that is really the core of what FactoryStack provides. So we handle integrated authentication and enforcement of multifactor. We enable DevOps, so enabling development, testing, and QA servers with enforced workflows and approvals between each one of those environments. We provide security, following the best practices from cloud providers and the Ignition Hardening Guide. We have automated SSL, public SSL certificates, and we use enterprise secrets management. We also provide regular updates and patches, and each update is not just an update of a version of Ignition, but also all of the other related items and applications that are a part of a FactoryStack instance. So this includes things like cloud services, network configurations, and we test all of these components together before deployment into any customer system to ensure there's no surprises when you're performing an upgrade. We actively monitor and alert on all of our systems and take advantage of some automated self-healing technologies to ensure your system is reliable and available. And of course, we provide 24/7 support for any issues you may face. So the bottom layer of this diagram is really the deployment target. So this shows that we can deploy in our tenant or in your tenant. We can deploy onto hybrid edge hardware, or we can deploy into bare metal. If you'd like to learn more about how 4IR can help you accelerate your digitalization initiatives, please check out our website at 4IR.cloud or check out the partnership page on the Inductive Automation website.